Major product arrival. This is the Line 6 Helix Stadium XL floor, fresh from Sweetwater. Here it is. Been waiting for this for a long time, and we're just one little cut of the knife away from checking this thing out. My plan for this is lots of tonal explorations. Now look, here's what you get in the box. Here's the cheat sheet. Looks like they've got that in several languages. And then there's the unit. It looks like it, man. You got a power cable, a cheat sheet, and I think you'll be ready to go. Let's pull it out and see what we got in here. Yeah, dude, this is pretty simple packaging. Here's something how to sign up. But man, there's no major manual or anything. Here's your power cable, some kind of Allen wrench, and the unit itself. Just break that. Pull this out of here. And that's it. There it is, the Line 6 Stadium XL. Now, this has got some heft to it. It's not like super light, but for all this thing does, and all the content that's going to be on this channel using this, this is pretty cool. This is the most powerful processing unit I've ever had, and I'm excited to feature it on the channel. This one is Old Dono. This is German lead. This is Nash Sesh. Bringing Plexi back. Boxy Shag. Stadium Rock Rig. This is a quick video talking about the Helix Stadium. I finally got it here. And man, it's really cool. There's something about it that just feels good when you're playing. Now, I have, the holidays are coming up, and I'm not going to have time to do a ton of footage. And look, there's a million other demos of this unit out there. So I'm going to post a few playing clips, playing through some tones. I've dialed in, if you look here, I've got my own Plexi setting that I dialed in. So I figured out, I'm slowly learning how to operate it. And I'm not a huge Helix user, although I've had a HX Stomp on my board for a long time, but I never used the modeling or anything in it. I would just use it for effects. But this is probably the most powerful processor I've ever had as far as modeling. I originally had a Fractal, I think it was the Axe 8, And I used that for a while on some of my gigs where I wasn't able to bring an amp. But man, this thing, I'm looking forward to doing lots of videos on the channel using this thing. When it's able to capture amps, I'm gonna probably try to capture my Synergy amps into this. I may experiment with running the Synergy into it via the XLR input that this thing has, and using the tube amps and then the stereo effects processing that this thing has. And I'm really excited about this. This is probably the one piece of gear, because this may be the most advanced guitar modeling rig that's ever been created. And now I know some other company could come along in 2 weeks and drop something maybe that's more advanced. But the thing that Line 6 has done that made me pick this as having, okay, if I'm gonna have one high-end modeler, the reason why I would pick this is Line 6 has a history of constantly giving you updates, constantly giving you new amps, new effects, all of that. They're very good about doing that, where some of the other companies, and I don't have to name names, but some of the other ones, it takes forever to get an update. So you buy something thinking that there's going to be an update, and then there's just a trickle of updates and things. So my idea behind this is something that I'm going to have for a long time. I'm going to be able to experiment with different, all the different features that it has. I'm going to get to learn how to operate it, how to dial in different tones, and being able to use snapshots and call up entire different like presets in a patch. That's going to be something that I'm really going to experiment, that I hadn't really. I was excited when the initial Helix came out, but I didn't jump in with that. But when I saw that they had about 10 years with the Helix and all the updates. Now, I was one of the first guitar players in Nashville to get an HX Stomp, and I had that HX Stomp on my portable pedal board, but I largely used it for the ambient delays and ambient reverbs. So I very rarely used it for modeling. I had maybe a couple patches set up, because 90% of the time when I was in Nashville, I would use a real amp. But with this setup here, I am going to experiment with the amps. There is something about it. There's something about the feel of the amps in this. And I know a lot of people have mentioned that in the demos. But there's something about the feel of these patches in this that's making me want to play. And it's bringing out different elements of the playing. I find that I'm playing stuff and then it feels a certain way, and it's guiding me. It's making me play things, licks that I hadn't maybe pulled out of myself in a long time. It's making me really think about my playing and playing better. And I think that's the most important thing about a piece of gear. Does it bring out the best in you as a player? Does it make you want to play better? I can very quickly say that yes, in my time fooling around with this. Now, one thing that I'm a knucklehead, because when I initially was dialing it in last night, I couldn't get the plexi tone to be clean enough. I like the sound of a clean plexi for like rhythm guitars. And I couldn't get it clean enough. And I'm like, what's going on with this? It's like, and come to find out that I was demoing this with, and I'll show you. I was dialing in my tones with the JTG, HSS Mark I in Chameleon. And I didn't realize that I had the boost engaged. So the whole time I'm thinking, man, I can't get this thing clean enough. I can't get it clean enough. And I realized this morning when I was checking out the tones again that I had the boost engaged. So, there's I would say if you're getting one of these and you're trying out the tones and stuff like that, be aware of user error. I'm guilty of it, man, trying a piece of gear and not dialing it in right, or not finding, how to do certain things. I think there's a slight learning curve with this, but largely I've had a pretty easy time. It's easy, it's intuitive. The touch screen is awesome. The feature that I really like a lot is this sort of screen where you can kind of scroll, and instantly they've got 4 corners: Rembrandt red, cliffs, and Plexi full, and you can kind of move it around and it changes all the parameters of the amp. So that makes it easy to quickly get clean tones. Like I'll say, oh, red. It was almost like, it seemed like a red house tone. It's got cliffs, so that's obviously a Cliffs of Dover. It's got Plexi full, so that's like a crank Plexi. And then up in the corner is Rembrandt, so maybe Rembrandt is clean. And being able to very quickly do that, as opposed to having to dial in every single parameter. We're all going for similar things. Now, once you select one of those 4 corners or somewhere in between, then you can go in and make little slight adjustments depending on your guitar, depending on what you want to hear. And I think the important thing for everybody with a piece of gear like this, yes, you can get it and just fire up the instant patches, but for me, it's all about creating tones that I want to hear in my head. It's all about creating a solution for the tone quest in my head. And I think that's the important thing about a piece of gear like this. It's what you do with it. It's what you dial in. And I'm really looking forward to spending more time with this and getting more tones. I'm excited for getting through Thanksgiving week and then getting back to work, and for a long time being able to dial in different tones and using it on the channel to get different guitar tones. Being able to jump, put it on the floor here and jump from an ambient clean with tons of delays to some searing lead tone, where a rig like that would require a lot of tap dancing. With this, I can push one button and change the rig completely. So I'm looking forward to doing more with this. I want to thank everybody for watching this video. It's just fast and dirty. I've got a limited window to be able to do this, but there will be more content on the Line 6 HX Stadium XL. Thank you so much for watching.